Hello everybody, I'm Camo, and I know it has been a very long time that I haven't made a video regarding Kurdish language tutorials, but here is a new video, and today I would like to talk about 50 random Kurdish Sorani words. And the words are pretty random. They might be useful, they might not be useful for you right away, if you are especially if you are a beginner in Kurdish. But anyway, I mean, it's just 50 random Kurdish words. One of the things that I would like to clarify is these words might change in when you use them in real life conversations. For example, Mrov means human. You can say Mrovi Jir, for example, smart human, or you can say Mrovi Bala, which means superhuman. You have to add this he because it has a grammatical significance, but I'm not going to talk about these morphological circumstances or these morphological situations. One more thing that I would, before we start the whole thing, is that this script is not Kurdish Latin. It's just the way how you can read this. How does it sound like if you write it in English letters? So this is not a Kurdish Latin, and it's not really substitute for this script, or for the Kurdish Latin script or scripts in plural. But anyway, I'm really busy. I don't have time to go download Kurdish Latin keyboard and get used to it, etc. So I'm sorry that I don't use Kurdish Latin. So this is not a Kurdish Latin. Just giving you just to clarify this from the beginning. Another thing is by the way, we use this while chatting. So for example, when I don't use this script while I chat with a friend, or I write a post on Facebook or something like that, I'm gonna use this. So this is somewhat is a transcription for this. Anyway, so let's start. 50 random Kurdish Sorani words. So first we have Mrov. Mrov means human. This is how you write it down in Kurdish Perso-Arabic Kurdish script. Then you have son. Son means, I think, oh my god, there was a mistake. I had to write the Kurdish down here. But anyway, son in Kurdish we say either roj or khor, or roj or khor. Both of them means the same thing. Both of them means the sun. The only difference is Rosh can also mean day. So Rosh can mean day or sun, but Khor only means sun. Okay? Okay, let's go to another word. Another word which we use it a lot, but. Okay, so Balam, in Kurdish we say Balam. We have some other words that can mean but or however, etc. But Balam is the most used one, especially in normal conversation. In writing, you also can say wele, for example. Wele is like it's kind of equivalent to however in English, or nevertheless. But anyway, just use Balam. Balam. I think it's also equivalent to shikashi in Japanese. Balam. This is how you write it down. Balam, but for example, I say Menaum Kamoya, Menaum Kamoya, Balam, Handek Jar Pewalan. No, that's not the thing. Wait, yeah, because my mother sometimes calls me Kami. So I can say Menaum Kamoya, Balam, Handek Jar Bakami Bangam Dakan. So my name is Kamo, but Balam, sometimes they call me Kami. Anyway, that was a bit grammatically sophisticated sentence, but anyway. Usha means word. Usha means word. This is how you write it down in Kurdish. You never write tu at the beginning of Kurdish words. So you're never gonna have something like this. Though some people make this mistake, but you never have this combination in the beginning of a Kurdish word. You just have one u sound. So word is wusha in Kurdish. If you say wushakan, by the way, if you say wushakan, it means words. By adding can, you are making it plural. Okay, let's go to another one. Cat, I think that's the most used word in English, as far as I know. I mean, I'm not talking about articles, like that is the most used word in English, I guess, but cat is the most used uh, lexical item in lexical um, unit in unit. What am I talking about? Anyway, cat is time. Anyway, I just wanted to use fancy words. Cat is time. Cat is time. Okay. Gul is flower. Flower is gul. It's a nice word. Khalq is people. People is khalq. Khalq. Okay. So that's why I said I'm not talking about grammatical things or how do you really use the word in normal conversation. Because, for example, I can say khalki jihan. Look, I added this ye to the, so it means people of world. This ye it's basically has the same function as do in French. As do in French or of in English. Okay, so khalki jihan basically means people of the world. Okay. Mal or khanu, both of them means house. Khanu means house. Mal can means home. Home can also mean nishtiman in Kurdish, by the way. If you use it in the sense of homeland, we would say nishtiman. Or this is how you write it down in Kurdish. Nishtiman. Okay. All right. Amoshgari. Amoshgari means advice. Amoshgari means advice. You might hear this word a lot in Kurdish, especially when you are a kid. You know, when I was a kid, I hear this word a lot. You know, amoshgari. There is also an Arabic word that we use, which is nasihat. But nowadays, this word, I mean, when I was a kid, you know, nasihat was a very dominant word, you know, the Arabic one. But because of the Kurdish media, you know, it has been 30 days we are semi-independent, so we have Kurdish media. We try to revive the Kurdish, uh, like uh, the Kurdish words, you know, the real Kurdish words in real in quote unquote, because anyway, there is no real language in the world like untouched pure language. But what I'm saying, for example, Amoshgari is more Kurdish than Nasihat. Nasihat it came from Nasiha, from the Arabic word, you know, Nasiha, which means advice um, or tip. But Amoshgari, it's a really nice word though. Um, Shar means city. Shar means city. So it's also a root for the word. Let me show you something interesting. It's also the root of the word. Oh my God, what is wrong with this? Sharistaniet. Sharistaniet means civilization. Sharistaniet means civilization. It also came from the word shar, you know, shar. Stan, it in a way it means a place of. So Sharistan Niyat means civilizationity in a way, you know. So it means something like that, you know. But anyway, Sharistaniyat means civilization, and it also came from the word shar. Okay, hawr. Hawr means cloud. Cloud means hawr. 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 Ktab means partuk. Oh, ktab means partuk. What am I talking about? Anyway, I just get confused. Sorry. Ktab and partuk, they both mean the same thing. Okay, ktab or partuk, both of them means the same thing. Both of them means the same thing. So ktab is book, partuk is book. But the only difference is this ktab, it came from, etymologically speaking, it came from the Arabic word of al-kitab, which means book. but partuk is a Kurdish word. And let me give you another bonus. Par, it means sheet, okay? But with the word tuk, partuk altogether means book. Okay. Shamandafer means train, and let me give you another thing. This word is actually, Shamandafer is originally French word. It came from chemin de fer. I think this is how you write it down. Chemin de fer means the iron way, in a way. It means something like that. But yeah, chemin de fer means train. It came from chemin de fer. It came from the French word. Not many Kurdish people know this. I mean, sometimes when I say this, they say, "Oh, really? Is it French?" Because when I was a kid, I always knew that this word is Kurdish. Ajdiha is dragon. And yes, we have dragons in Kurdish mythology. Probably many Kurdish people don't know this because we have different types of dragons. It's not Chinese dragon and it's not Western dragon. It's a pretty special types of dragons. But the Kurdish dragons, they are mostly very close to snakes, or half human, half snake, and stuff like that, So it's not fully fledged dragon, I would say. So it's not totally dragon. For example, Zuhak was a tyrant king, and he had like two big dragons on his shoulders, two big snakes on his serpents on his shoulders. So they are somewhat dragons. We have Shahmaran. Shahmaran is a Kurdish goddess. She was half snake, half woman. She was god of fertility, the goddess of fertility, goddess of stories, and etc. So we do have dragons in Kurdish mythology, and dragon is ajdiha in Kurdish. Ajdiha. Okay. Panjara means window. Panjara, I think I made a mistake because you would find two other slides that have written book and Panjara. So I'm sorry, I've just remembered because it has been a very long time I prepared these words. I didn't remember which words that I've written. But anyway, let us just keep going. Rojnama means newspaper. Rojnama. Let me just give you a quick tip or a clarification. Roj means day, as I told you before. Nama means letter. So newsletter or day letter is basically means newsletter in Kurdish. So Rojnama. Okay, Nama can also mean other. I mean, it's like it works like a suffix, But anyway, Govar means magazine. Magazine is Govar. Peyker means statue. This guy's name is Zirag Mira. He made this statue of a donkey wearing a suit. It was pretty satirical, actually. I really love this work. He's very famous, by the way. He's a very famous sculptor. So the donkey in a suit symbolized the somewhat educated people of Kurdistan, like those educated people who are not really educated but known as educated people, something like that. So it was a pretty satirical work, but it was also based on a Kurdish poem by Nali. Nali has a poem. He was describing in his poem. Nali was praising and describing his donkey, and in a way he showed his in the poem he showed that he was friend with his donkey. He loved his donkey, so he had written one of the most famous Kurdish poems in Kurdish classical era. So this is also based on a Kurdish poem. And speaking of Nali the poet, that's the portrait of Nali. So Nali is one of the most famous Kurdish poet. By the way, he formed through his writings, through his poetry, he formed the modern Kurdish uh, language. So the Kurdish language that is used now in media, in books, the language that I use in my daily life when I contact with my family and friends, it is based on his language mostly. So he had a very big influence of Kurdish language. Anyway, so the word is honrawa. Honrawa means poem. But let me just give you something else. We also, alongside honrawa, we also say sha'r. Sha'r is the Arabic word for poem. But anyway, we use it too in Kurdish. But you also can say honrawa. There are other words too. We have halbast and hozan and other stuff as well. So there is not only one word for poetry or poem. There are many words. So poem or poetry, sha'r or honrawa, they both means sha'r, and that's the portrait of Nali. Don't forget this. Okay. Gorani means song in English. So Gorani. Gorani means song, but it's also the name of a Kurdish dialect. There is a Kurdish dialect called Dialecti Gorani. Goran, I think, if I'm not wrong, if I remember. But anyway, Gorani means song. So if you go on YouTube and write Gorani, you might probably see this phrase. Gorani xosh. Xosh means delicious, but it also can means good, heart desiring. It also means these. So if you write Gorani xosh or Gorani xoshi kurdi, it means the nice songs, the nice Kurdish songs, or good Kurdish songs, or interesting Kurdish songs. Anyway, so let's get here. Khoshevisti means love. By the way, the painting depicts two famous Kurdish lovers. Mem is the guy, Zin is the girl. So in Kurdistan, you would find many people whose name is either Mem or Zin, based on this famous Kurdish epic. It's a love epic. I think it's called Epope in English, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, it's like, they are like Romeo and Juliet of Kurdish literature. Yeah, it's a pretty famous story in Kurdistan. We even had a TV series about it a long time ago. I think in 2000 something, maybe 2003 or 2. I don't remember. Asman is sky. Sky is Asman. It's Asman. Roj or Khor. Oh my god, I repeated this word. Man, that's not nice. But anyway, I will change it. So sunglasses. Sunglasses, or let's just say glasses. Why sunglasses? So let's say glasses. So glasses is in Kurdish is in Kurdish is shari. By the way, I truly apologize. It has been very long because I've written these words in different periods. Because I've been busy, so I forgot that I've already written that. But anyway, so glasses is chavilka. Chavilka means glasses, sunglasses, or any type of glasses is called chavilka. By the way, chow means eye. Mang. By the way, in my accent, if you read this in Hawlari accent, you would say mang. So you read this g at the end. In my accent, in Slemani accent, these two sounds at the end, ng, okay, ng becomes ng, it becomes nasal sound, pretty much like English and Vietnamese and other words. So ng becomes ng. So if I read this, I say mang. I don't say mang, So I say mang. It becomes a nasal sound, this ng, nasal n. So that's mang in Slemani accent. in Hawleri accent or normal Kurdish, you would say mang, mang, mang. Okay. Astera is star. By the way, these two words are cognates. Star and astera are cognates in both of them are cognate. They are true friends. I think they are called true friends words, something like that. So astera and star. We also have other words for astera, for example, sterk. It also means star. So astera means star. Star, astera, astera, astera. By the way, it's also a name. It's a name used for females too. So you might meet some Kurdish women, or that their name is Astera. It's not a very common name, but I've seen people with this name. I've met people with this name. Dukan is store, or shop is dukan. 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 We also have other words. For example, frojga. Frojga also means store. Persiar is question, question, question. Is persiar. Persiar. Okay. Walam is answer. Walam is answer. Who wants to be a billionaire in Kurdish, or who wants to be who wants to become a millionaire? You had these games in this kind of game in Europe. We also had one. We also had a Kurdish version long time ago. There was a Kurdish channel called Canal Trap or Canal 4, Channel 4. We had a version of this game. But anyway, this type of games, when you ask question and you have to answer, in Kurdish we call it Persiaru Walam. So Persiar means question, who means and then Walam means answer. So question and answer it's the name of this genre of game shows, or this genre of game is called Persiar Walam. Sometimes in the schools we when the teachers the teachers gather students to play games. One of the games is Persiar Walam. So that the teacher gives questions and options and the students answer. It's a pretty nice game. Sometimes I played it sometimes when I was at school, at high school especially. And actually I played it a lot with my sisters. It was one of our favorite games a long time ago. Yarmati is help. You can scream Yarmati if you need help in Kurdistan. You also can say Yarmatim Ben, which means help me. Yarmatim Ben means you guys help me. But if you scream Yarmati, people will know that you need help. Yarmati. Oh my god, there's a lot of repeated words. That's an epic fail. So I will change it. I will change it. So I will change it to frame. Wait me a second. So çarçova is a frame in Kurdish. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? I truly apologize. Çarçova. So çarçova, it basically means frame. So for example, if you remember the intro, this thing is frame, right? This silhouette pattern. In Kurdish, we call this frame. Çarçova. We call it çarçova. I truly apologize of the repeated words. That's being busy is like that, man. Anyway, so it's fine because I'm gonna give you some bonus words. So let's start. Shatranj means chess in Kurdish. So the game chess is shatranj. So this word is not it's not originally Kurdish. I think it came from Arabic and it came into Arabic from Indian. Hindustani, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, we call it Shatranj. It's one of my favorite games. And here are the words for the for uh, for the subjects in on the board. So you have this. You call it queen in English, but we don't call it queen. We call it king in Kurdish. We say pasha, uh, and we have minister. I forgot the word in. Oh no, you call this king and you call this queen. Yeah, okay, okay. You call this king. We also call it king. We say pasha. Pasha means king. Then you have this. You guys call it queen, but we don't call it queen. We call it wazir. Wazir means minister. Okay, we call it minister or advisor, you can say. But wazir is minister. And then you have here. You guys have bishop, but we don't call it bishop. We call it fil. Fil basically means elephant. And I don't know why do we call it fil. In Arabic they also call it fil. I don't really know why do they call it fil. Probably because there are old versions of chess. Certainly not in Kurdistan, but I think in India or in Thailand, etc. There are pieces on the board that are actually elephants. So I think this is the roots why we call this bishop fil. And then you have asib. Asib means horse. And then you have qala. Qala means you call it rock. We call it qala. Qala means citadel. And then you have sarbaz, or we sometimes you call it jundi. Jundi is the Arabic word for sarbaz, which means soldier. So you have soldier, citadel, horse, elephant, minister, and king. That's right, the names are different, but the rules of the game is standard around the world. So, yep. Shaqam means street, but yes, street. It's shaqam, shaqam. But just let me give you a quick tip. Shaqam can also mean something else. It also means the opinion of people as a whole. So, for example, if I say shaqami, I don't know if there is an English word for this, but anyway, for example, if I say shaqami Ameriki, I basically means the people of America. The people of America who hold the political idea as a whole. It's like the collective consciousness, the political collective consciousness of American people. So shaqam can also means it came from street, but it basically means because people go on streets to demonstrate, to protest. So I think that's the roots of the word. But probably we got it from the Arabic expression al-shara'. Al-shara' can also mean shaqam, but it can also means this political collective consciousness. Anyway, it's a bit complicated, but I just know that shaqam is street. Yeah, that's not a word. That's actually that is actually an expression. Azadi radar brin. It basically means free speech or freedom. Freedom of speech is azadi radar brin. Azadi means freedom. Ra means opinion. Derbri means expressing or to express or expression. So freedom of expression or freedom of speech is azadi radar brin in Kurdish. Azadi radar brin. Azadi radar brin. And here is Mama Voltaire. Mama means uncle basically in Kurdish. But if you want to sound funny in Kurdish, you say Mama Voltaire said, "I do not agree with what you have to say, but I will defend to death that it is your right to say it." I love this quote, and that's true. But I actually modified it in a way a couple of months ago because of the incidents that happened in France. I basically modified it and I said, I don't like what you paint, but I defend what you paint, even if I lose all my crayons. I don't know. I like my quote. I like my own quote. Anyway, let's go. Grian is cry. Grian, weeping. Is grian. Giryan. Yep. Grian is weeping or cry. And the opposite is laughter or to laugh. Laughter is pekenin. Laughter is pekenin. Pekenin. I know I've repeated this word. I'm sorry. So I'm going to give you another word. Firmesk means tear. Firmesk means tear. Tear. Okay, so grian, pekenin, and tear. Sword in Kurdish means shumsher. I just wanted to include this word because I think it's a badass word. Shumsher. Shumsher. When I was a kid, I really loved shumsher, especially when I watched a couple of animes, and I thought that I want to become a King Arthur, or something like that. Hasara. Hasara means planet. Planet is Hasara. Hasara. Mozakhana. Mozakhana. Mozakhana basically means museum. Khana is a suffix that we use to means place of. So for example, we have Chakhana. Chakhana means the house of tea. In French, they say salon du thé, the house of tea. It's a way to say it's a place that we buy and drink tea in. So it's like a cafe, it's some sort of a cafe, but only for tea and breakfast. So khana is used a lot. For example, nakhosh khana. Nakhosh means sick. So house of sick or house of sick people, house of ill people is hospital, Shet khana, house of madness. House of mad people or house of madness is asylum. Mental asylum is shet khana in Kurdish, Okay, panjara. Okay, I repeated this word, so let me just change it to something else. What word? Wood. Sorry, guys. Wait. Takhta. Takhta means wood in English. Takhta. I truly apologize for the repeated words, man. Okay, science in Kurdish is zanist. By the way, it's also the name. It can be used as names of people. So you may find girls and boys whose name is zanist. So it's a unisex name. You can use it for either sex. So science is zanist. Meshuk is brain. Meshuk. If you want to say mind, by the way, mind is aql. Is aql or awaz or his. Well, hizr kind of means thought, but aql or awaz, they both mean mind. They mean mind. But meshuk means brain. Balanda means bird. Bird is balanda. But let me give you something, a quick note. Bal means wing, and with adding nida, it means something that has wings. So something that has wings is bird, So balanda is bird. Sikhur is spy. Sikhur. And actually, I included this word because I recently watched The Spy. It's a mini series by Netflix. Oh gosh, it's good. It's really good. Though there are some factual errors, There are, because I've read some stuff about it, and it's about an Israeli spy. His name was Eli Cohen, who was active in 1960s in Syria, and it's just an interesting story. I didn't know about this spy. Um, the mini series was really good, like really good, but there were some factual errors. But anyway, it was an interesting. I recommend this show. Warjaran is translation. So translation is warjaran. Sometimes we make fun and we say wargaran. Wargaran, it's another word. It means, when a car crashes and then it reverses because of the car crash. It's called wargaran. And when a translation is really bad, we say it's wargaran. It's not wargaran. So wargaran means translation. Wargaran means, being reversed. Uh, but anyway, warjaran means translation. Warjaran means translation. And somebody who translates is warjar. Warjar. You might hear this word a lot in Kurdish because we have a lot of translated books and novels in Kurdish. So we have too many warjars or translators. You might hear this word a lot. Agir is fire. It's definitely one of the symbols of Kurdish people. Agir is fire. Fire, because fire fights darkness. Tala is trap. Trap. Tala is trap. Tra. Oh my god, I read it in English way, in American way. It's an American accent of Kurdish. Anyway, tra is lantern. Lantern is tra. Lantern, and we have rubar. Rubar means river. River is rubar, and by the way, it can also be used as name. Chra can also be used as name. Tala cannot be used as name, but Chra can be used as name as well. You may find girls with the go by this name. You may even find other women goes by this name. For example, my grandmother, one of my grandmothers, her name is Rubar. She's a very sweet woman. And the final word I wanted to leave you with something that we all should work toward, and that's ashti, which is peace. It can also be used as name for people. So ashti is peace. But let me just, I did not put any picture for this. So let me go to clip art. Oh, why doesn't let me go to the clip art? I don't know what's wrong. I'm sorry, but anyway, hopefully you got, hopefully, oh my god, I don't know. Gosh, I'm confused. Anyway, so hopefully this lesson is beneficial for you. Hopefully you can, I hope that I taught you something well today, something good today that you can go and use with your Kurdish friends or whatever. So till the next video, if there is a next video, see you on the flip side. Bye bye.